There are moments in life when we look around and realize that things are changing, people are leaving, relationships are shifting, and sometimes it feels like everything we knew is slipping away. You might be left wondering, why? Why does God allow certain people to be removed from our lives? Why does He let some relationships fade or friendships break? In times like this, it's important to remember that sometimes what we perceive as a loss is actually part of God's greater plan for us. When God removes people from your life, it's not a punishment. It's a divine realignment. It's a chance for you to grow, to be refined, and to step into your purpose with greater clarity. The truth is, we're not always meant to carry the weight of every relationship. And sometimes God removes people, not because they are bad, but because they no longer serve the path He has set before you. He knows what's best for you, even when we can't see it in the moment. The people who walk in and out of our lives shape us in profound ways. But there are seasons when God needs to clear your path, remove distractions, and prepare you for what's ahead. It's not always easy to accept. But trust me, when God removes people from your life, it's because He is making room for something better. Your purpose, your growth, and your destiny are too important for you to be held back by relationships that don't serve His plan for you. Let's take a moment and look at why God might remove people from your life and how it's actually a sign of His care and love for you. God removes toxic influences to protect you. Life can be a beautiful journey, but it can also be challenging. Along the way, we encounter people who influence our thoughts, actions, and emotions. While some people lift us up, encourage us, and help us grow, others can pull us down, confuse us, and leave us feeling empty. These toxic influences, whether they are in the form of a negative relationship, a friend who drains your energy, or someone who constantly brings you down, can have a powerful impact on your life. The hard truth is that sometimes God removes toxic influences to protect you, to keep you from being weighed down, to shield you from harm, and to allow you to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. Toxic people often come into our lives in subtle ways. They may not start out as a problem, but over time their influence begins to erode our peace, diminish our confidence, and distort our sense of direction. They might be the kind of people who belittle your dreams, criticize your goals, or manipulate situations to their benefit. They may encourage you to stay in places that are not good for you physically, emotionally, or spiritually, or they may foster negative emotions like jealousy, fear, or resentment. God, in His wisdom and love for you, often recognizes the destructive power of toxic relationships long before we do. We may try to justify keeping certain people in our lives, hoping they'll change or that things will improve. But God, seeing the full picture, knows that these toxic influences are pulling you away from your true purpose and from the person He is calling you to be. So He may intervene by removing these people from your life, not to hurt you, but to protect you and help you move toward the future He has designed for you. The weight of toxicity, toxic people can weigh us down in many ways. They can affect our mental health, leading us to doubt our abilities or second-guess our decisions. They can make us question our worth, leaving us with feelings of inadequacy. If you've ever been in a relationship where you felt more drained than uplifted, more discouraged than motivated, you know how deeply toxic influences can affect your mind and spirit. Think about a plant. If it's surrounded by weeds, it struggles to grow. The weeds steal nutrients, block the sunlight, and create an unhealthy environment. Similarly, toxic people are like those weeds. They take away from your emotional and spiritual nourishment, preventing you from thriving. God, in His infinite wisdom, removes these weeds from your life so you can grow into the person He's calling you to be. When He takes someone out of your life, it's a divine act of grace that creates space for you to flourish and reach your full potential. God's protection and care, one of the key reasons God removes toxic influences is because of His deep love and care for you. He is a good father who wants the best for his children. When we allow toxic people to remain in our lives, it can cloud our judgment and distort our perception of who we are. Toxic people often feed into our insecurities, making us doubt ourselves or feel unworthy of love and success. This is not God's plan for you. He wants you to know who you are in Him, a person of value, dignity, and purpose. In the same way a parent protects their child from danger, God removes those toxic influences from your life to keep you safe. He doesn't want you to be emotionally or spiritually harmed by people who don't have your best interests at heart. In the Bible, God speaks about protecting His people from harm, and this protection extends to the relationships you keep. Proverbs 4:23 reminds us to guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. By removing toxic influences, God is helping you guard your heart and protecting the direction of your life. The freedom to grow when toxic people are removed from your life. It's not just about escaping negativity, it's about creating the space you need to grow. In the absence of toxic influences, you are free to rediscover who you are and who you were created to be. Without the constant negativity or distractions, you can focus on your passions, your dreams, and your purpose. You can begin to surround yourself with people who build you up, who inspire you, and who encourage you to pursue the best version of yourself. God removes toxic people to help you live the life He intended for you. You were created for greatness, for purpose, for peace, and toxic influences only stand in the way of that. With these influences removed, you have the freedom to step into your calling with confidence and clarity. You can surround yourself with positive, loving relationships that help you grow and become the person God designed you to be. Embracing the change, it's important to understand that when God removes toxic influences, it's often a difficult process. We may resist the change, especially if we've had a deep connection with these people, or if we feel guilt or fear about letting go. But know that God's timing is perfect, and He will never take someone out of your life without replacing them with something better. He might bring people into your life who align more closely with your values, your goals, and your purpose. Trust that the people who leave are the ones who weren't meant to go where you're going, and that God has others waiting to walk with you in the next season of your life. Conclusion: trust God's wisdom. Trust that when God removes toxic influences, it's for your protection and growth. Even though it may hurt or feel confusing in the moment, remember that God sees what we cannot. He knows the future, and He understands what's best for us. His love for you is so deep that He will remove anything or anyone that stands in the way of your peace, growth, and purpose. Embrace the change, trust His plan, and move forward with faith. You are being protected, and you are being prepared for the next beautiful chapter of your life. 2. Your big dreams and goals. Your dreams and goals are the fuel that drives you forward. They're the vision you hold in your heart, the destination you're moving toward, and the very reason you wake up each morning with a sense of purpose. These aspirations are sacred, and they have been carefully placed within you by God, designed to propel you into the future He has in mind for you. But here's the thing, not everyone needs to know about your big dreams and goals, especially in the early stages. Sharing them too freely can sometimes lead to doubt, discouragement, or unnecessary interference. So let's talk about the importance of protecting your big dreams and why it's essential to guard them with wisdom and discernment. Dreams are powerful, and fragile dreams are not just fantasies, they are powerful visions of what could be. They have the potential to shape your entire life, and with the right determination and perseverance, they can become your reality. But because dreams are so powerful, they are also fragile. When your dreams are still in the beginning stages, they are like a delicate seed just planted in the soil. They need nurturing, care, and protection from the harsh winds of doubt and criticism. This is why it's crucial to understand the value of safeguarding your dreams until they are firmly rooted in your heart and your actions. When your dream is fresh, it is full of potential, but it may not yet be clear to everyone around you. People might question you. They might even tell you that your dreams are too big or too unrealistic. This is why sharing your dreams with the wrong people or at the wrong time can lead to discouragement. People who don't understand your vision may inadvertently or intentionally cast doubt on it, and that can shake your confidence. It's important to protect your dreams from the negativity that others may project. The danger of overexposing your dreams, it can be tempting to share your big dreams with everyone, especially when you're excited about them. You want the world to see what you see, to be just as enthusiastic about your vision. But while it's natural to want validation, sharing your dreams too openly can sometimes be detrimental. And not everyone has the same level of faith in your vision, and not everyone will see the value in your aspirations. Proverbs 14:15 says, "The simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps." In other words, not everyone needs to know the details of your journey. Some people may not understand your aspirations because they are on a different path, or their perspective is shaped by fear and doubt rather than faith. When you expose your dreams to those who don't understand, you risk them inadvertently or even intentionally sabotaging your confidence. This is especially true in the early stages when your dreams are still being shaped and tested. You don't need to explain yourself to everyone. Not every person is meant to be a part of the vision God has placed in your heart. Some people may not have the capacity to support you in the way that you need. And it's okay to keep your dreams between you and God, at least until the time is right to share them with others. Focus on action, not just words. Dreams and goals are not just things to talk about, they are things to do. There's a saying, talk is cheap, but action is priceless. Your dreams are not meant to stay in the realm of words or ideas. They require action, that a willingness to work hard. The more you focus on turning your dreams into tangible actions, the less time you'll have to entertain opinions or distractions from people who might not understand. The danger of talking too much about your dreams is that it can become an easy substitute for action. It feels good to talk about the things you want to do, but unless you're taking concrete steps toward them, you may fall into the trap of simply dreaming without moving forward. As much as it's important to dream big, it's just as important to act on those dreams. Protect your energy and focus by turning your attention to the work required to bring your goals to life. Protect your dream from fear and doubt. One of the greatest threats to your dreams is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being judged. It's not just the negativity of others that can harm your dreams, it's also the fear inside of you that can hold you back from taking action. When you share your big dreams with the wrong people, fear and doubt can begin to creep in. The enemy's job is to steal, kill, and destroy, and he will use any opportunity, including the words and doubts of others, to sow seeds of fear in your heart. But God did not give you a spirit of fear. As 2 Timothy 1:7 reminds us, He gave you power, love, and a sound mind. This means you have everything you need to push past fear and move forward in faith. The more you protect your dreams from outside negativity and inside fear, the more you will allow God to work through you to bring your vision to life. Wait for the right time to share your dreams. There's a time for everything, and there's a time to share your dreams with others. Just because you don't share them immediately doesn't mean you're hiding or being dishonest. It simply means that you are discerning and wise in the timing of your revelations. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us that there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. When you're ready to share your dreams, make sure you do so with the right people, those who are supportive, those who believe in you, and those who can offer constructive advice that aligns with your vision. These are the people who will encourage you, lift you up, and challenge you to grow into the person you need to be to fulfill your dreams. These are the people you want to bring along on the journey, not the ones who will tear you down with negativity or unhelpful opinions. God's timing is perfect. Remember that God's timing is always perfect. Your dreams will unfold in His time, and He will lead you to the right people and the right opportunities when the time is right. The Bible tells us in Habakkuk 2:3, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and not lie though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Your dreams are appointed for a specific time, and God will make sure everything happens exactly when it's supposed to. So trust in His timing, and in the process, protect your dreams by allowing them to grow quietly within you. Take the steps that are necessary and let God guide you along the way. When the time comes for your dreams to be revealed to the world, they will stand strong, fully developed, and undeniable. Conclusion: guard your dreams and goals. Your big dreams and goals are an integral part of your journey and your divine purpose. They should be protected, nurtured, and kept close to your heart. You don't need to share every detail with the world, and you don't need the validation of others to know that your dreams are worth pursuing. The more you protect your dreams from negativity, doubt, and fear, the more you give them the room to grow into something extraordinary. Keep moving forward, step by step, and trust that in God's perfect timing, your dreams will come to life in ways that exceed all your expectations. 3. Your personal struggles. Every journey, no matter how successful or bright it may appear, is paved with struggles. Life is filled with challenges, obstacles, and moments of difficulty. Your personal struggles are not something to be ashamed of or embarrassed by. They are part of the human experience, and more importantly, part of your unique story. But just like your dreams, your personal struggles are sacred. They are yours to navigate, to grow from, and to overcome. There is power in the struggle. And as a child of God, there is strength that comes from enduring the trials that life sends your way. However, not everyone needs to know the depth of your struggles. There's a fine line between being vulnerable and sharing too much. While it's essential to have a support system and be open with trusted individuals, there's a reason why your personal struggles should be kept close to your heart, protected, and shared only with those who can walk with you in wisdom and love. The power of struggles are a natural part of growth. They are the refining process that molds you into the person you are meant to become. The Bible speaks about trials and struggles in several places, one of the most well-known being James 1:2-4. Consider it pure, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Struggles build resilience. They refine your character, stretch your faith, and teach you lessons you couldn't learn in any other way. As difficult as it may seem in the moment, God allows struggles in your life for a reason: to shape you, to strengthen you, and to prepare you for the greater things He has in store. But while struggles help shape you, they also make you vulnerable. They expose your weaknesses, your fears, and your limitations. When you share your struggles with others who don't understand your path, you open yourself to their judgments or misunderstandings. Sometimes those who don't understand your journey might discourage you, or worse, use your struggles against you. That's why, just as you protect your dreams, it's important to protect the deeper parts of your struggles as well. Why you don't need to share your struggles with everyone. The first reason to protect your struggles is simple. Not everyone is equipped to help you through them. Everyone faces their own battles and challenges. And while it's important to have a support system, not every person you encounter has the wisdom, compassion, or maturity to walk alongside you. Some people might lack the emotional or spiritual depth to help you navigate your pain. Others may have their own biases or fears that prevent them from offering you the support you truly need. There's also the reality that some people might not be trustworthy. Not everyone you meet is going to have your best interests at heart. When you share your personal struggles with the wrong people, you risk those struggles being used against you. Instead of receiving the care and encouragement you need, you might face criticism, judgment, or manipulation. That's why it's essential to guard your heart and share your struggles only with those who are spiritually mature trustworthy, and truly invested in your well-being. The need for safe spaces. There is power in vulnerability, but vulnerability requires a safe space. You need to find individuals who can handle the weight of your struggles, who won't judge you or use your pain as leverage. These people should be wise, kind, and supportive individuals who will walk beside you, encourage you, and help you get back up when you fall. Well, sometimes the best place to process your struggles is in the presence of God. God understands the depth of your pain and your sorrow. He is the ultimate source of comfort and peace. Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." When you are broken, He is there. When you are struggling, He is present. Turning to God in prayer, pouring out your hymn, and seeking His guidance is a safe and powerful way to deal with your personal struggles. God also gives us the gift of trusted relationships. A mentor, a close friend, or a counselor can offer support and wisdom in times of struggle. However, these people must be chosen wisely. You should never feel pressured to share your personal struggles with someone who is not spiritually mature or emotionally equipped to help you. Struggles teach you self-resilience. There is strength in learning to endure your struggles on your own, with God's help, of course. When you keep your struggles private, you give yourself space to process, heal, and grow without the interference of others. This doesn't mean that you should isolate yourself or refuse help. But sometimes the healing process requires you to take a step back, reflect on what you're going through, and allow God to work in your heart before seeking external support. Think of it like lifting weights in a gym. The struggle of pushing through each rep helps to build muscle. If someone were to constantly lift the weights for you, you would never experience the full benefit of the struggle. Similarly, when you face struggles on your own, you learn self-resilience. You grow stronger, not because life is easy, but because you chose to endure with God's strength. Protecting your peace is also important to protect your peace. When you share too much about your struggles with people who are not equipped to help you, you risk inviting chaos and confusion into your life. Or sometimes, other people's opinions, judgments, or even their own fears can add weight to your already heavy heart. Maintaining your peace means being selective about who you allow into the intimate parts of your life. You don't have to explain everything to everyone. There's power in knowing when to keep certain struggles between you and God. When you let God be your ultimate source of peace, He can quiet your spirit and give you the strength to endure. Conclusion: trusting God through your struggles. In conclusion, your personal struggles are part of your journey, and they are shaping into the person God wants you to be. While it's essential to have a trusted support system, it's also crucial to recognize the sacredness of your pain. Protect your struggles, process them with God, and seek wisdom when sharing them with others. Remember, struggles do not define you. They refine you. As you go through life's difficulties, trust that God is walking with you every step of the way, offering comfort, strength, and guidance. And as you navigate your struggles, protect your peace, and know that in God's perfect time, your endurance will lead to victory. For your next move in life, there comes a point when you must decide what your next move will be. Whether you're facing a transition, a new opportunity, or a challenge, your next step is often the most important one. It has the potential to set the course for where you will go next, and it can either propel you forward or hold you back. As someone who is called and chosen by God, your next move must be aligned with His plan for you. The choices you make today impact the trajectory of your future, and it is crucial to approach your next move with clarity, faith, and confidence. But what do you do when you're not sure what your next move should be? What happens when you find yourself standing at a crossroads, unsure of which direction to take? The truth is, you are not alone in this decision-making process. God has already mapped out the path for your life, and He will guide you toward the next step if you trust Him and seek His will. The journey ahead may not always be clear, but with God leading the way, you can make decisions that will lead to His perfect purpose for your life. Trust God's timing The first thing to remember when making your next move is to trust God's timing. Often we want to rush ahead and take action because we feel impatient or anxious about the future. But God's timing is always perfect, even when it feels like we're waiting for something to happen. Ecclesiastes 3:1 tells us, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." When you're uncertain about what your next move should be, trust that God is working behind the scenes, preparing you for what's to come. He knows exactly when the time is right for you to take that next step. Sometimes your next move is not about doing something new, but about waiting and preparing. Preparation is often the key to success. Just like a runner doesn't start a race without first training, you must take time to build the skills, knowledge, and strength you need for the journey ahead. Trust in God's timing and know that when the moment comes for your next move, He will give you the clarity and strength to move forward. Seek God's guidance. One of the most important things you can do when deciding your next move is to seek God's guidance. Pray, meditate, and listen for His voice. Proverbs 3:5-6 encourages us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. When you don't know which way to go, turn to God for wisdom. He promises that if you ask for guidance, He will give it to you. Seeking God's guidance is not just about asking for clarity in the moment. It's about developing a relationship with Him so that you can hear His voice more clearly. When you walk in step with God, you will have a sense of peace and confidence in the decisions you make. If you feel uncertain, it's okay to take time and wait for God's direction. Trust that He will guide you step by step and that each move you make will be aligned with His purpose for your life. Don't fear failure. Fear of failure is one of the biggest obstacles that can keep us from moving forward. We fear making the wrong choice or taking a step that will lead to failure. But the truth is, failure is not the end. It's often a lesson that leads to growth. If you are walking in alignment with God's will, even setbacks can be used for your good. Romans 8:28 tells us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." When you make a decision, don't be paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake. Every step you take is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. Failure is simply a part of the process, and with each setback, you are better prepared for the next challenge. I trust that even if you stumble along the way, God will use your experiences to refine you and guide you toward your ultimate purpose. Take bold action once you have clarity and a sense of peace about your next move. Don't hesitate, take bold action. Faith without action is dead. As James 2:17 reminds us, you can spend all your time praying and seeking guidance, but if you don't take the necessary steps forward, nothing will change. You have to move. God has called you to take action and to step out in faith, trusting that He will be with you every step of the way. Taking bold action doesn't mean rushing ahead without thought. It means moving forward in confidence, trusting that God is with you. Whether it's applying for a new job, starting a new project, or making a major life change, you have been equipped with the tools and abilities you need to succeed. Trust yourself, trust God, and move forward with the assurance that He is guiding you. Stay focused on the bigger picture in making your next move. It's easy to get distracted by immediate concerns or short-term results. But as you make decisions, always keep your eyes on the bigger picture, the purpose that God has for your life. Every step you take should be aligned with your divine calling. When you keep the bigger picture in mind, you can stay focused on your ultimate goal, which is to glorify God and live out His purpose for you. Don't let temporary setbacks, distractions, or obstacles cause you to lose sight of your long-term vision. Stay grounded in your purpose and trust that every move you make is leading you closer to the future God has designed for you. Remember, Your next move may seem small in the moment, but when it is in alignment with God's plan, it can have a ripple effect that changes the course of your life and the lives of others. Conclusion: step forward with confidence. In conclusion, your next move is crucial, but it is not something you need to figure out alone. God is with you, and He will guide you every step of the way. Trust His timing, seek His guidance, and take bold action when the moment comes. Don't fear failure, and remember that even setbacks are part of the process. Stay focused on the bigger picture and keep your eyes on the ultimate goal of fulfilling God's purpose for your life. When you step forward with faith and confidence, you are not walking alone. God is walking with you, guiding your every step. Your next move may be just the beginning of something extraordinary. So trust in Him and step boldly into the future He has for you. 5. Your spiritual journey. Your spiritual journey is the most important and transformative path you will ever walk. It is the journey that shapes your heart, molds your character, and leads you into a deeper relationship with God. Unlike any other journey in life, your spiritual journey has eternal significance. It is not defined by the destination alone, but by the steps you take along the way. Your faith, your struggles, your triumphs, and your moments of growth. As someone chosen by God, your spiritual journey is uniquely designed for you, tailored to help you discover more about who God is, who you are, and the purpose He has placed within you. It's a process of transformation that doesn't always happen overnight, but unfolds throughout your life, becoming richer and deeper as you learn to trust God more fully. But here's the truth: your spiritual journey is a sacred and personal path, and it's one that should be protected. While sharing aspects of your spiritual walk with others is important, there are aspects of it that are meant to be kept close to your heart, just between you and God. 1. Protect the intimacy of your relationship with God. The foundation of your spiritual journey is your personal relationship with God. It is the most sacred bond you will ever have. As you grow in faith, the moments you spend in prayer, worship, and communion with God are where your spiritual journey begins to take root. This intimacy is the place where God speaks to your heart, where His presence brings peace, comfort, and guidance. However, not everyone around you will understand the depth of your connection with God, and that's okay. Just like a deep relationship with a close friend or partner, there are things that remain private and personal. You don't need to explain every moment of your time with God or share every prayer and revelation. What you share with God in the quiet of your heart should be treasured and protected. Matthew 6:6 reminds us of the importance of intimacy in our relationship with God. But when you pray, go into your room. Close the door and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. Your quiet moments of prayer and reflection are sacred spaces that should be nurtured. Protect these moments so that your connection to God remains pure, untainted by the opinions of others. 2. Embrace the process of growth. The spiritual journey is not about reaching a certain point of perfection or completion. It's about embracing the process of growth. Just as physical growth requires time, nourishment, effort, your spiritual growth requires time spent in God's presence, learning from His Word, and allowing the Holy Spirit to work in you. There will be seasons where you feel strong in your faith and other times when you struggle with doubt or confusion. Growth doesn't happen in a straight line. It's filled with highs and lows. But through it all, God is faithful to walk with you, leading you forward. Philippians 1:6 reminds us, being confident of this, that He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. God started the work of transformation in you, and He will continue to shape and refine you, no matter what challenges you face. The key is to trust the process and to stay connected to God, knowing that He is constantly working on your behalf. 3. Guard your spiritual energy and your spiritual journey. It's easy to become overwhelmed or distracted by the world around you. Your faith, your peace, and your spiritual energy are precious resources that need to be guarded. The enemy often tries to steal your joy and disrupt your peace, using distractions, negative influences, or even internal doubts. You must be intentional about protecting your spiritual energy. This means avoiding toxic environments, limiting exposure to negative or unhelpful influences, and guarding your heart from bitterness or unforgiveness. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." The state of your heart directly impacts your spiritual walk, so it's essential to protect it. This may also mean distancing yourself from relationships or situations that drain your spiritual energy or cause you to question your faith. Protect your relationship with God by surrounding yourself with people who encourage and uplift you in your walk. Join communities where you can grow together and be strengthened, but also know when to step back and spend time in solitude to recharge and refocus on God. 4. Trust God's timing in your spiritual journey. Just like any journey, your spiritual growth has its own rhythm, and God's timing is perfect. There are times when you may feel stagnant, as if you're not progressing spiritually or that you're stuck in a season of waiting. These seasons are not wasted. They are part of God's divine process of refining and building your character. God doesn't operate on the world's timetable. He operates on His own. And His plan for your life unfolds in His perfect time. Sometimes the waiting can be frustrating, but it is in those moments that your faith is strengthened. Psalm 27:14 encourages us, "Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord." Trusting in God's timing means understanding that He knows exactly what you need when you need it. He knows when to bring breakthroughs, when to stretch your faith, and when to allow you to rest. It's important to have patience and trust that even when things don't make sense, God is working behind the scenes to fulfill His plan for you. 5. Don't compare your spiritual journey to others. One of the most dangerous traps in your spiritual journey is comparison. It's easy to look at someone else's life, their faith, their journey, and feel like you're falling short. However, your spiritual journey is unique to you. God is leading you in His way, and He has equipped you with everything you need for the season of your life. 2. Corinthians 10:12 warns against comparing ourselves to others. We do not dare to classify or compare ourselves with some who commend themselves. When they measure themselves by themselves and compare themselves with themselves, they are not wise. Just because someone else's spiritual journey looks different doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. God has a specific plan for you, and your journey is not meant to be compared to anyone else's. Celebrate your own growth, your own relationship with God, and the unique path He's leading you on. There will be seasons where others seem to be ahead, but remember that your journey is unfolding at the pace God has set. Embrace it fully. Conclusion: walk boldly in your spiritual journey. Your spiritual journey is sacred, and it is a path that will bring you closer to God. As you walk this journey, remember that it's not about perfection, but progress. Guard your heart, trust God's timing, and embrace the growth process. Keep your spiritual energy protected and surround yourself with those who will encourage you. And above all, walk boldly in your relationship with God, knowing that He is always with you, guiding you every step of the way. Your spiritual journey is a beautiful and transformative process, one that will take you from glory to glory, with each step bringing you closer to God's ultimate plan for your life. Trust Him with every part of your journey, and know that He is working in you and through you to fulfill His divine purpose.